Hey, this is Lords of Hatred. We are back with another episode after a brief hiatus last week because I was sick, but I'm all recovered. I'm really glad I did that, though, because I have a bad habit of continuing to do streams when I have a horrible cough and then make it way worse. It's happened several times, so I didn't do it this time, and I am all recovered. So we're pivoting towards the end here. We're gonna be finishing up Lords of Hatred over the next 2 episodes. Hopefully, crossing our fingers that we're gonna be able to do that. That's the plan, at least. And so tonight we were talking beforehand, and Jared was like, "I literally have no idea what to put for my beliefs. My character is completely changed." And David also was like, "Man, I need beliefs." And so I was like, "You know what? Let's just start." Because we're going to kind of take a little bit of a left turn here and pivot towards the finale. And we'll let you guys kind of be thinking through it while we're playing here. If something jumps out to you, you want to make a belief about, go ahead and just do it, right? And when we recap at the end, we'll go through beliefs and instincts and give everybody some Martha.
But also, now that Jared's hatred's been taxed to 0, are we going to call the game Lords of Mild Irritation?
Well, the Lords of Hatred have never been Kalos. It's been
I know.
It's been Exar Kun and Ulic drama. So yeah,
right.
But yeah, cool. So I think the first thing we start with, right, is a recap of the sort of like last time on Lords of Hatred, and we see this Mandalorian fly with a jetpack up to the Jedi Council window and fire a rocket launcher through the open, like shattered window, right, into the Jedi Council chambers. Kalos is the only one who sees this in time. He quickly brings it to himself, force bubbles, and has it explode on point blank on himself, and he takes a mortal wound. This gave him a deeds point because he did something unbelievably compassionate towards people he probably hated. And so we gave him a deeds point, and now his hatred is taxed to 0. So there's some stuff going on in Kalos's forced psyche as he's dealing with whether or not to turn back to the good side or not, or the light side, I guess, in Star Wars. But we see that, and just like the shock looks on everybody's faces in the council chambers as everybody looks at Kalos's smoking corpse, and then we do a hard cut, and we get 1 week later. Or probably some number of days later, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. The exact number doesn't necessarily matter. Let's just say a few days later is what it says. And we see Kalos in, probably not in a back to tank, but like I'm thinking the sort of like high-tech stretcher that Padme was on at the end of the 3rd movie, where it's just like obvious, like he's laid out and it's a charred corpse. And there's like some medical droids tending to him and stuff as he's laid on this like slab. But there are, I think, Master Odan-Ur, the Grand Master of the Council, is standing over him and brow creased and hands in his sleeves, and he's just like contemplating something. And he walks out of the room, out of this medical bay, and comes to the Jedi Council chambers where the rest of the masters are arguing about something. And he walks into the room. We don't see any of our other characters yet, right? We just are seeing these Jedi. And he walks into the room and he looks at everyone. Everyone like stops their arguing, just to look at him and see what he's going to say. And Master Odan-Ur, who, as a reminder, he's like kind of like a weird fish alien thing with like a protruding jaw. He says, "I've come to a decision. You may not all agree, but as the Grand Master of the Council, I am going to insist that we do it." And it's obvious that they've discussed whatever it is beforehand. And they just, I think, one by one, just slowly nod and like kind of submit to his will and file out behind him out of the council chambers. And then we see them enter the med bay and surround Kalos. And they are basically going to do like some sort of like super mega transference, right? To try to, and it's going to be something like probably outside of the scale of the rules, whatever it is, it's something that's just kind of going to be happening in the background, sort of a thing.
Use empathy.
Yeah, they're basically going to be using high levels of empathy or whatever it is to take on your wounds themselves and help you heal like quicker, right? Because they're just like, this guy just like saved all of our lives. Like the least we can do is do this. And so they're going to do some sort of like transference technique where all of them take a little bit of your wound, right? And so they're kind of spreading out the mortal wound between 12 Jedi masters so they can handle it and are healing you much quicker. But we see that start to happen, and then I think we cut. And the thing that was on my mind as Kalos is being healed and you guys are kind of figuring out what to do next. Obviously, we can get to Rel. Oh, sorry. Obviously, we can get to Rel and figure out what he's been doing since he wasn't really part of the stuff happening in the Jedi Council chambers.
Oh, yeah. He
like bailed on stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he ran away.
Yep. But the other two of you, I think Ren and Biaka, I think you guys are in the whatever interrogation room that they have the Mandalorian in, right? I mean, 12 Jedi Masters probably could have taken the Mandalorian at that point, right? And so they've since captured him. And I felt like this would probably be a good chance for at least Biaka, right? Because he has literally the interrogation skill to get some information about what's going on. At least, I mean, you can figure out what Biaka would want to ask Chad, but at the very least, at the very least, like, yeah, he's working with the Sith and stuff, so you could probably get some stuff out of him. But I feel like that's probably the place to start, if that makes sense to you guys.
I mean, I hired him though. That's fine. That's weird.
That's true. If that makes sense to you, Chad and Connor, to start interrogating the Mandalorian.
Yeah. So I just need to ask him, what are you doing here? Why are you trying to kill us?
I mean, up to you. Yeah, it would depend on what you feel like you would want to get out of him, right? He just showed up out of nowhere, shot a rocket launcher at you, and this is the same guy who you fought on that one random, like, middle of nowhere planet that you crash landed on. So yeah, I mean, what would you ask him?
I ask him, who sent you? Who are you working for?
He looks up at you, and I mean, he probably has his helmet off right at this point because he's been captured and whatnot. And so I'm thinking he looks sort of like he could be Jango Fett's great grandfather or whatever, right? And he looks up at you and he says, "I'm not going to talk to a Jedi. You can do whatever you would like to me, but you're not going to get any information. I'm more of a professional than that."
Well, let's see how he feels after we roll. Am I right, Chad?
So I tell him. He said he's not going to talk to a Jedi. He's more professional than that. And I'll just tell him, well, we'll see about that.
And then, yeah, let's just have you make the roll, and then you guys can actually start interrogating him proper. Let's see. What is this guy's will? Okay, so it's his base will of 5. I'm going to increase the ob to 6 because he has beliefs and stuff to not do this, right? He's a professional, as he said. So yeah, ob 6, interrogation. If you'd like to muster up some help or whatever, you could do so. Don't you have an interrogation droid? Or no, Kalos has an interrogation droid.
I have a call on.
That's true. You also have that.
So, I think.
Yeah, you do. I'm pretty sure you do. Yeah, okay. Dreadful. Yep.
Can I make one of my beliefs? I'll find out because I'm missing 2.
Yeah. Get the information from the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Can he use Kalos's droid? Kalos doesn't need it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do we have it?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay.
Well, actually, maybe not. Rel might have had it on the event horizon. I don't know if there'd be any reason for him to take it into the Jedi
wouldn't
Council
it be on the
room
ship
with you guys.
Yeah,
right?
They might not let him take interrogation droid with him.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like in the character of.
Be kind of weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, the kind that just rides on your shoulder, like in video games or whatever.
I don't think
I can fork into anything.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. You don't really have a whole lot in this particular situation.
So can I? So I have not. I'm just.
I mean, at the very least, Ren might be able to help you, right? If he has a skill that he thinks would help.
I do not have interrogate, but
You have intimidation?
no, I don't have any social skills.
Yeah,
That counts as a social skill.
It is, yeah. Oh, you have command, but he's not really in your line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
in your chain of command or anything. Oh, soldier wise, you can use soldier wise here.
Can you help with the wise?
Yeah, there's no reason you can't.
Can I fork in force tremors wise because I sense something is
I don't
weird
think
about
so.
him attacking us?
He's not a force sensitive person. I don't think there's any force waves coming off of him at all, right? Like, yeah, I don't know if that helps here. But yeah,
what
you can get
two-fisted fighting do?
Can I fork in observation because I'm observing his body language as I question him?
So observation is for like noticing hidden people, like people who are being stealthy or inconspicuous. He's not really doing either of those things here. He's just sitting right in front of you, right? But yeah, at the very least, you can get a helping dice from Ren with Soldier Wise.
sweet.
Oh, did you roll? Whoa,
Yeah,
that was bad. Oh yeah, you have a wound dice too. Well,
I still have a wound. I thought he healed everyone. I thought they healed everyone.
No, I think that was like a leftover because you got it. I think you had it recovered. You just have like
No, I always had one.
No, you got a midi wound and then you healed from it. You got it treated and then you have. I think you have like a certain amount of weeks that you still have until you recover. I believe. I think I might have put it in notes somewhere.
You both had -2, and I think you both succeeded your heal.
Both of you got mini
both have
wounds.
-1 for your healed.
So I don't know. I don't know
healed.
how long it is. I apparently didn't write it down. I actually need to. I do need to take this off.
So how do I use my call on
And
since I
put it
failed?
like that instead. Oh right, yeah, you have call on. So call on is gonna roll 4 dice in this situation. So just go ahead and
then can I use fate or anything?
You can use fate after the fact, but
after that.
Yeah, after this, with any 6s you got. So go ahead and actually don't do the never mind. Post this without the period at the beginning. Don't do the exclamation point. Only 2 successes. Okay, so you're at 4 right now, but you do have 2 6s total to work with. So if you'd like to spend,
them.
Yeah, so you can spend 1 or 2 fate as a reminder here. And that means you can reroll 3 dice total.
Okay.
So if you want, you just do the same thing with 3 dice, but put the exclamation point at the end of it this time.
So
it should be /R space 3d6 greater than 4 exclamation point. Hey, there you go.
I got it.
Nice. Yeah, that was clutch with lots of good successes after the fact. Cool. So it's a long and tedious process, but you eventually get it out of him that he was. So at first, right, he reveals, "Oh, I was hired by a man named Rel Kaash, to basically capture Kalos, right, to help him escape, right." And he was trying to kill the Jedi Council in that, shot, not necessarily Kalos, but Kalos obviously intercepted it. But because you got one even over the obstacle at this point, you eventually keep breaking it because that makes sense on the surface, but you're like, but wait a second, you weren't working for Rel before, right? When you were like attacked us on that other random world, so like what's going on with you? And eventually you get out of him that, he was hired by Ulic Keldrama, who is the apprentice of the Rule of 2 situation here, to to kill anyone around Kalos, to capture Kalos and bring him back to the Sith so that they could extract the information out of his mind, whatever way they could of as to where Korriban is. So you eventually get all of that down. Do you want to ask any other questions besides that? Any other particular things you would like to know about him? And why he was here?
No.
Cool. Yeah. Ren, do you have any other things you'd like to know from him?
No.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, so you just like get it laid out before you. It all makes sense. It doesn't seem like there's anything he's holding back at that point. It really just feels like you just broke him down over a long period of time. It's probably the case that the Jedi have just had him in this room and have just been like probably not treating him very well to break down his resistance and stuff, right? And so by the time you guys got in here, he's just too tired to resist. And you also have, the force to bear here. So you're probably doing subtle force whatever's on him to weaken his resistance as well. Obviously you don't have any particular training with any powers along those lines, but you can nudge here and there. And I think we cut away from that. Unless is there anything that you would immediately do with that information once you got it? Besides just like letting the Jedi know.
No, I don't think so.
Even though like he was like, Rel hired me. Because he wasn't lying about it. It's not like he told you Rella was hiring you and then was like, oh no, it was actually Ulick. He was like, no, they both hired me. I just like got doubled up on this job.
Double dipping.
Yeah.
Um,
And it sounds
Get my
like
money back from him.
Yeah, it sounds like Rel is sounds like Rel is hiding on Coruscant somewhere.
I mean, yeah, I guess we should probably let the Jedi Council know, just so that more to clear our names than anything, to be honest, after he seemed to pin stuff on us. Well, I don't know. Maybe letting the Jedi Council know that Rel is worse than we thought, but we are the ones that brought him here is just worse anyway for us. I don't know.
Yeah. That's fair.
But I think he would let him know. I think Ren would let him know.
Cool. Yeah. And at this point, what's his face? Denon Fellis is in prison, right? Is in a holding cell. Because
Right.
he's been disbarred and whatnot. Because of the revelation that he was a Wookiee killer. But yeah, whoever you talk to this time is probably much more amiable than he was. But I think we cut from there. And real quick, Rel, what have you been up to during this time? Is there anything in particular that you would be?
I mean, I know that didn't go well, I assume, right?
I mean, yeah, you still have a spy, remember?
Right, but he was also like not.
So he was working
helpful.
for Denon, but Denon has been disbarred. So
Okay.
I don't think the Jedi cares too much anymore. So I think he's actually on your side pretty much completely now, because he's like, well, I don't have any actual allegiance to anyone else on the council. So
Okay, cool. All right. So, I mean, so I know that they've healed him. Do I know that much?
No, they're in the process of healing him. It's a process.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I would assume that he still needs to be like broken out, or if I have any idea that he's not in danger anymore, right?
Yeah.
I
mean, you probably know everything that the characters know of what has happened in the Jedi Council chambers and whatnot. So it sounded like they were going to go along with his plan, right?
Oh, okay. Well, if I know that,
plan.
then I'll.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Then in that case, I think in the immediate time, I'm going to try and solidify that goal I had for like finding a place for the Force sensitive kids, like the safe house.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I don't know if that
probably just a circles test.
Okay.
So is this like Rel basically deciding, okay, it sounds like for the time being we're just going to be on Coruscant, so I'm going to like find an actual place and an actual teacher ? For these kids. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I think.
And just like make a new place on Coruscant.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to because, well, I don't know, the chances of me finding somebody who has like the right temperament and
it's just.
I guess where else would I find Jedi?
I mean, yeah, Coruscant probably is. It's not like necessarily the most likely place to find a Jedi with his temperament, but it's not unlikely. I mean, there's literally a temple here, and there's a lot of Coruscant to go around. Even though Jedi typically in Star Wars go off to some remote planet, it's not unheard of to think that one just went into the underground of Coruscant, right?
Right. Like if they would have been like, "Oh, I don't want to do this anymore," they might have they might not have had the resources to leave.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, sure. We'll see if I can find somebody who's decent.
Sure. Yeah. So I think you have the place, right? You already bought the safe house. You have the garage or whatever that you can adapt to this. If you'd like to spend any more money to actually renovate it properly, you can do that. Let's start there. Let's start there.
Okay. Cool.
So let's say it's an OB. Didn't I say it was an OB 6 test to buy the place?
I think so. That sounds right.
Trying to think it would be more or less expensive to renovate it to be a Jedi training ground.
Yeah, I mean...
Let's just say it's the same. I'll have it be another OB 6 test.
That seems reasonable, yeah.
There's a lot of specialized equipment you probably need.
Yeah. So... Sorry. If you fail a roll with a fund dice, you lose the dice, right?
I think it's like when you are taxed, the fund dice go away first.
Oh, okay.
So typically that is what happens when you fail a resource test. But
right. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Obstacle 6. Oofda.
Okay. 4 out of 6. You have 2 6s.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll spend 2 fate and do 3 dice.
Do it. There you go. That's all you need.
Nice. All right.
Another 3 successes. Also, as a reminder for everybody, I forgot to speak for a second, but there is a fate button at the very top of your sheet.
That after I typed it.
Yeah, that you can put the dice and the remaining obstacle in there as well. So, so you renovate it just fine. It's probably still in the process because that's probably something that takes a little while, but you've at least gotten everything you need and made the arrangements. Yeah. But now it's Circle's test to find a teacher properly. So.
Cool.
Let's see. Let's break down exactly what life paths and settings and stuff that you have to work with.
All of them are Glittering Spires, but the other one, or maybe it is Glittering Spires.
I think it might be.
There's 2 that sound like you live in a really nice place, and I have one of those, not the other. One is like Nobility, and obviously I don't have that one.
So I think it's Glittering Spires then.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I'm forgetting now myself.
I think the only one we found when we were looking for Jaina was apprentice, and so we assumed that I met her as an apprentice. That doesn't seem like a very reasonable assumption this time around.
It could be. Let me check. What life path do you what's your last life path? What's the actual name of it?
Baron.
Okay. That is in the Glittering Spires setting, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's take a look here. Yeah, Padawan, I believe, is probably the only life path in here that's actually Jedi related. Though, I mean, it's entirely possible you just are looking for a person of a different life path who, as an added +1 ob, used to be a Jedi as like a special thing about them, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, ideally, I'd want to find someone who's not currently a Jedi because they probably won't.
Of course,
I mean, that didn't go well with Jaina, so.
Yeah. Is there? I assume you're looking for someone who could teach?
Yeah.
right? Okay. Hey, there's instructor. Instructor is actually a life path in this. So let's just say you're looking for an instructor who used to be a Jedi. So that means it's in the same setting, but it's not the same life path as you have. Where's the circles section? Here it is. So same setting. So it's currently at Ob 3. Lower rank stationer class, so Ob 4. And the added disposition or knowledge having been a Jedi before, I think it's probably going to increase it by another 2, actually, looking at this. So that means it's total Ob 6, right? And this is...
can't get that then.
It's, this is to find a Jedi who is currently an instructor and is the sort of person you want to teach these kids, right?
Yeah.
That's the tricky part. So yeah, Ob 6 as it stands right now, you could try to do wise link tests, or you can also use, I think you can use fun dice as bribes. Maybe. Yeah. I don't actually remember. I know you can use cash dice as bribes in a circles test.
I don't have any of those.
Let's see. Do you have any reputations or affiliations?
Yeah, I've got a broker reputation, so I'd be at 5, but that's obviously not enough.
If you have another character who has similar circles, but yeah, you can do a appropriate wise linked test, and I guess it doesn't. I don't know if it's saying anywhere whether or not.
Maybe if I call Ren, can he help me?
Possibly, yeah.
Right,
I mean, cool. He can. It just would depend on whether or not he would.
Whether he would, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
good luck convincing him, but
it's not more for my sake; it's for the children's sake.
He would just be like, bring them to the Jedi Temple.
I've heard that before.
I mean, hey, if you don't find me a good teacher, I'll find a bad teacher, and that won't be any good. So.
Okay, well, do you call me and say that? Is that your opening line?
Sure. Well, I mean, no, it's pretty forceful. I'll be nicer first, probably. Yeah, sure. I'll call you. Why not?
Give me a ring. Ring, ring. Hello?
Banana phone. Hello, is this Ren?
Wait, are we holo calling, or
Probably
is this
not.
like a telephone call?
Yeah, I'd just do an audio.
Okay, all right,
Possibly,
all right.
Yeah.
Is this who I think it is?
You know a lot of people who sound like this.
Fortunately, no.
That's what I suspect.
What do you want?
I was trying to check up on you. I heard something exploded over there recently.
You're dead to us. We are going to hunt you down and bring you to justice.
Sure. Well, in the meantime, I'm looking for somebody to instruct the children that didn't go with you in how to use their talents. But I've not been on Coruscant for some time, and I'd rather it was a decent instructor. Figured maybe you know somebody who used to be in the instruction business for your types. Preferably not anymore, considering you hate me and all that.
Oh, there are plenty of Jedi that would love to teach these children here at the Jedi Temple that you just tried to blow up.
I only tried to help Callus escape, but blowing up the temple was that was his discretion. Anyways, yes, and a bunch of the children went with you so that they can learn from them, but the ones who stayed with me would like to learn from somebody else. I'm just wondering if you know anybody who is less Jedi, but still, decent, I suppose.
Your supposedly neutral way of thinking is disgusting.
Is that a no?
Even if I did, why should I help you? There are capable Jedi here perfect to be able to teach these younglings.
Yes, but as we established, the ones who want to learn from them are doing so.
And you asked these younglings, and they expressed to you that they hate the Jedi.
Oh, you asked them, and they stayed with me. Remember this part where we had a conversation?
No, out of character, I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember we had this whole thing where you were like, come be a Jedi. And I was like, the Jedi are kind of lame. And a bunch of the kids went with you because you won, but some of them stuck around.
Oh, so these are the kids that did stick around. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the ones that stayed with me because they didn't want to learn from the Jedi or just, I don't know, whatever. So, yeah. That's why he's saying, like, preferably someone who used to be a Jedi, but is still a good person.
I was confused. Okay, so Ren says, all right, let's meet. I'll see what I can do.
Yes, that's a good idea. You just threatened my life, but I'll meet you in a back alley somewhere. Good idea.
Is that a no?
I'm not that much of a fool. If I were, I would have died many years ago. Well, more than that.
But I thought this was about the children, Rel.
It is, but I can't be much good to them if I'm dead, am I? Or, you know.
You don't do much good to them as a murderer either.
But that's convenient, I suppose, since I'm not one. I don't know if you noticed, I'm not very good at that sort of thing.
I'm just good at paying people to do it for me.
It's not murder.
That's accessory to murder.
Unreal.
Yeah,
Unreal.
It's not the same thing.
Unreal.
Just because it has the same sentence in a criminal court doesn't mean. What did you say, Connor?
He's too flabbergasted to respond.
So clearly I'm not going to let you chop me into pieces. So if you have anybody who'd like to send my way to help these children that won't also chop me into pieces, let me know. Thank you.
Can I make a circles roll here to see if I know somebody? But I want to know somebody that will also like turn him in to.
Ooh,
Jedi.
So if he fails, does this mean he just helps me and they actually won't
probably
do that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Probably.
Okay.
I have a 3 in circles, so it's pretty high. That's definitely what he would try to do. That's definitely what he would try to think of.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's see. For you, this is.
Oh, I can add my Jedi Master affiliation, can't I?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not Jedi Master. No. Jedi. Yeah, Jedi my Master. 2D Jedi Order affiliation.
Yep.
That's 5 then.
So specifically, who are you looking for, Connor? Who are you? The same specifications as Rel, or different, or slightly different ones?
Like someone who. Well, I mean, no, same. I mean, generally the same. I feel like I should reiterate it just in case I missed a key detail. But yeah, somebody who used to be a Jedi that had disagreements with the Jedi Order and left the Jedi Order, but would still
is a decent person.
Yeah, still a decent person.
I can teach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That
for you, that's going to be an Ob 3 test.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, because you'd have a direct life path with him, like right, share it with him.
I'm going to add a persona to this.
Mm-hmm. And you get your 2D.
Yeah, boys.
Hey, nice.
5 out of 3. Very nice. Cool. Yeah. So, and then this person is going to turn Rel in.
Yeah.
So how is that going to happen? Like, what exactly do you tell the dude?
Well, I don't tell him anything. I just know that that's what he's going to do. I don't make contact with him at all. I just tell Rel, I know this guy. Talk to this guy, and I just know his character, and I know that he's not gonna.
He won't go along with whatever Rel is going to do here.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So,
although he doesn't know that Rel just tried to murder people.
That would be a trick.
I do have to
try to murder anybody.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Literally, all I did was hire the guy to get Callus out. I didn't know he was going to shoot him with a rocket launcher. I didn't even know who he was.
Out of his body.
Yeah. So, Ren, I think you called the dude up, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I hang up with Rel first.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to make those calls.
Can you hold real quick, and then you still have it on conference on accident?
Press the wrong button.
Yeah. Rel's hearing everything on the other line. Yeah. So, Let's say it's an African American looking dude, and yeah, just he's in some cantina somewhere in the lower part of Coruscant, right? And he's just like, Master Ren, I didn't think I'd ever hear from you again.
Now, is that quite the way to treat an old friend?
Don't get me wrong, I'm pleasantly surprised. I just didn't expect it.
So it's a pleasant surprise.
Yes. Have I?
Oh, is that what he just said?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear the word pleasant. That's funny. Well, I wish I was calling you up to say let's grab a drink somewhere, but unfortunately, someone hired a mercenary to shoot a rocket launcher into the Jedi Temple. Untold damages, almost killed somebody. Well, almost killed many people. And this same man that hired this mercenary, he has some younglings that don't want to be a part of the Jedi Order. And this man wants to bring them to someone that isn't a part of the Jedi Order, but is still a decent man. And so I thought of you, and I'm going to send him to you. But I need to know that you're going to do everything you can to protect the younglings, obviously, and that should be your first priority. But I want you to be able to set a trap for him.
I see. So you want the younglings trained, but you don't want Rel in the picture, exactly.
Correct. Well, less that I don't want him in the picture and more that I want him brought to justice. Is this something that you'd be willing to do?
Ren, you know I left the Jedi Order for a reason. I don't know if I agree with your brand of justice anymore. And I think this guy, his name is Kessin Andark. I think Kessin, I think you're looking at this dude, Connor, and you remember why he left the Jedi Order, and it's because he took the same path that you were going down and actually finished it, right? He's a gray Jedi now, right? He's like, I'm not going to stand for this halfway bull crap. Like, Sith need to die, and they just need to be executed, and like the Jedi Order is complacent. They don't know what they're doing, and yeah, that's his shtick. And so you know that basically his brand of justice for Rel is just murdering him, right?
Oh, but that's not the circles Raleigh made. The circles Raleigh made is that he would turn him into the Jedi.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm fine. Like talking it through with him.
You won't have to make a roll. You won't have to make a roll to convince him. I just think that's probably who he is, based on just because I think it's a good parallel for you now having chosen the actual light side. Yeah. This guy I think should be a foil of you. So yeah, that he says that right at first, right? Like, I don't know if I agree with your brand of justice anymore, and you know what he's saying there.
I can sympathize with that. I share a lot of your grievances with the Jedi Council, believe me. But I want these younglings trained. And if you murder Rel, the Jedi won't let you go. You'll be a lawbreaker, in which case the Jedi will hunt you down. And they'll take the younglings back. And I think that if these younglings are forced to join the Jedi, they will turn to the dark side. I know that you can train them better than they can.
I see. So what do you want me to do with Rel exactly?
Set a trap. Get him alone in a room. Lock it. Have the Jedi Council be... Well, I'll handle this part, but I'll have the Jedi Council be ready to attack as soon as he's secure. don't worry, David. I'm giving you a chance. I'm giving you an out.
I mean, worst case scenario, he kills me and I just die and go somewhere else.
True. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I probably do. Yeah, if you murder him, hold up. This conversation needs to be a retcon.
Okay.
I was considering not telling you that, but I figured your character would remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other reason he says, or probably the first thing he says, and he says the rest of that too. But he's also like, yeah, if you kill him, he's just gonna turn into like a slime thing and then just like be reborn. And he says that in a canon way, in a way I which I can't begin to understand how my character would express it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, and he's thinking it through and he's like, all right, Ren, I'll do it. But you owe me one.
A drink?
Sure, something like that.
Maybe tomorrow. Provided everything goes smoothly, it is.
We'll see what happens. I'll go meet this Rel, and
just send me the coordinates, and I'll pass it on to the Jedi Council.
I'll let you know when I have him contained.
Man, I'm so glad that in Star Wars we just say, I'll send you the coordinates rather than just listing off like 100 numbers.
Yeah. So, we see him switch off the call. And real quick, I want to cut back to Rel. I want to get to Kalos soon, but I want to cut back to Rel real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And, you obviously Ren fills you in on this and you're going to go meet the dude, right? Everything seems fine there. But I think Alashtak is awake at this point, right? Like you've probably gotten him medical attention more so than
I was just about to ask about that.
Yeah. I forgot about him for a second, but I think let's say he's wounded still, but like is awake and stuff, right? And I think a question for you, Rel: have you filled him in on everything that's happened in the Jedi Council chambers?
Oh,
he probably asked at least like what's going on, like what have I missed?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so you've been noticing that he's been like troubled about something like since you told him that, and then you see him like kind of go off to make a call or something, and he like gives you some excuse, and we follow him into the event horizon. He makes his holo call, and Biaka, where are you when you get this call from Alashtak?
We're still just on Coruscant, right?
Yeah, you're just in the Jedi Temple as far as I know.
I'm just gonna say that I'm walking down a random hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, classic prequel situation, walking down a hallway in the Jedi Temple as you talk. Yeah. So Alashtak comes up on the screen and he says, Biaka, where is he?
And I know exactly what he means.
Uh-huh.
He means, I forgot his name, Denon?
Denon Fellis, yep.
Where is he?
He's in a holding cell. He's in a holding cell in the Jedi Temple.
I'll just tell him that he's been arrested, Alashtak. He basically confessed to everything you told me.
Then you believe
he has a strong hatred for the Wookiees.
Why didn't you listen to me before? Why didn't you forsake the ways of the Jedi as soon as you heard it?
Not all Jedi are like that. In fact...
What a joke, Biaka.
In fact, no other Jedi is like that in my experience.
They're just saving face. Of course they have to do that. They have a PR situation with the Wookiees on Kashyyyk, and if this got out, the Wookiees would rebel against their oppression. You have to help me,
Alashtak, you don't know what you're saying.
I know more than you could ever possibly know. You know what you have to do, Biaka. You have to kill him. Avenge my brother.
That's not the Jedi way.
It is the Wookiee way. Are you not a Wookiee?
It is not the Wookiee way.
Bah. You're weak. Disgusting.
I don't even know what to tell him because I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
He's just really angry.
Yep.
My problem is not with the Jedi. My problem is with Denon.
Then end it. Do not let the Jedi hide this atrocity. Kill him and bring his head to me.
He will be brought to justice.
Justice. The Jedi will hide this like they have hidden everything else. The Wookiee people will never get justice for this.
I will make sure that they do.
I'm disappointed in you, Biyaka. And so are
I'm not going to turn evil.
And so are our ancestors. And unless if you just pause, I think he just...
I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah, I think he just cuts the call off at that point. He's just so mad at you. He's just like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I'm not going to go assassinate someone because...
Yeah. No, yeah, I didn't expect you to, but that's what a Lost Tag would ask. So I think we see him cut off the call, right? And then he just like goes underneath some panel or whatever in the event horizon, opens like this like hidden panel, grabs a really like small, looks like a slug thrower weapon, hides it in like a belt of his, puts a cloak around himself, and then starts hobbling off. Rel, you see him just like start hobbling away, like to the whatever exit is in this building.
Sorry, I lost connection a little bit. I missed the part where he grabbed a slug thrower and stuck it in his belt, but then
he puts on like a cloak, kind of like hugs it around himself, and then starts hobbling off towards the exit of this garage.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm like, are you off somewhere, Lashtek?
Yes, I have some business to attend to in the city, if you don't mind.
When am I supposed to meet the Jedi guy? Because I prefer that a Lashtek was here
soon. Yeah, like this is going to interfere. He's not going to be able to be there if you let him go.
Right. So I say, I have someone I need to meet in the city, and I prefer I had someone I could trust here. Can it wait? This won't be a long meeting, I don't think.
He looks at you, and you've never seen his face look so distraught. And he just says, Rel, I have never asked you for anything more than what a decent pay would demand. I am asking you now. Let me go.
Can I use my Manhunter thing?
Yeah. You can like read people's emotions with that, right?
Yeah. Specifically, emotions are the things that specifies the most.
Yeah, let's look at the trait again.
But I had just read it, and I
think you use perception to do like specific obs for different things. I
use perception as the aura reading skill, but not for
it's
magic.
like it's like a different thing entirely. It's not the aura reading. It's kind of like it, but it's it's just the non-magical stuff. But it has
it does say aura
here.
reading, but it says for not magic. Yeah.
It isn't. Yeah, it doesn't list it as aura reading. It just gives new obstacles, but they are the aura reading obstacles.
Well, I thought. Here, hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking at the trait right now. Either way, do you want to read a mood, see a character trait, see a die or call on trait, sense a person's intent, or see an instinct?
Yeah, it says the character's perception acts as the aura reading skill, but only for non-spell detection uses.
Do you have the non-revised Burning Wheel Gold? That's probably the difference, because mine just doesn't say that at all. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry, what was the question?
So do you want to read a mood, see a character trait, see a die or call on trait, sense a person's intent, or see an instinct?
Oh yeah, I don't have any difficulties in mine, so yeah, yours must be different. What's the difficulty to sense an intent?
4.
For perception?
Yep.
Then I'll do that.
Cool. Yep, up for a perception test then.
Cool. All right. I don't get anything because it's a stat, right? I can't fork anything. Mm-hmm. Okay. Which is unfortunate. If active is the aura reading skill, I probably could argue for forks. Yeah. Maybe that's why they took that out. All right.
Nice. Right on the money. Cool. So you can sense his intent, and his intent is murder, right? He's off to kill someone. Basically, he has like a blood vendetta against someone, and he's like, I need to go right now or else they're gonna get away. Like, that's the vibe you get from him.
Okay.
And I mean, you know the story, right? He's probably told you the story of the Jedi who killed his brother.
Yeah. Just trying to think if there's anything I can do to help him.
You can make a circles test to. Oh no, you have goons. You could send some goons with him.
Do I have goons with me still?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever sent them away.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess I say I need a name for a goon now.
Random Star Wars name generator. I have it up right here. Bartle.
All right. He's the one I trust the most, I guess, besides the Lost Jack. So I say, Bartle can stay with them then. You should take the others. I think you'll need them.
Yeah, he gives you like a grim smile, right? And takes a step over, puts a big Wookiee paw on your shoulder, and he says, "You are a good man, Rel." And then,
he barks
some orders.
Say, it's been a pleasure. Don't die.
He says, "If I die, it will be glorious." And then he, goes off. Yeah. So that's all happening, but now we cut to Kalos. So Kalos, you're in your own mind, right? You are tossing and turning. It is a world of pain that you're going through right now. And you're in your own kind of head, just like dealing with all this immense pain that's like, it feels everywhere. And in the midst of this like mental turmoil, suddenly you hear a voice. It's a feminine voice. And she's saying, Kalos, can you hear me?
What do you want?
Yeah, and I think we see a kind of version of the med bay in your mind, right? So we see you're like slumped up against the wall in the med bay, and you say this, you grunt and say this and look, and at the door in your mind version of this room, at the door you see Jaina, the former Jedi that Rel had teaching the younglings and that went off with Nibbit and the others. She's using some sort of telekinesis to speak to you in your mind.
Yes, that is a thing that is happening.
Oh, did you say yes? What do you want?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I think you just said.
No, that was in character.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I just want to make sure that I was the one who's supposed to speak next. Okay. So Jaina says, "Thank goodness you're still alive. Did they find out? Do they know?"
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have contacts. I've been holed up in a safe house on whatever planet Rel was on. I think she's still on that planet or whatever.
Manda?
Yeah, Manda. I'm holed up in the underground on Manda, and the Sith have control of the planet. But I've been getting some information, and there was a rumor that they knew, that they found out where Korriban was. So I reached out to you. Are you telling me that they didn't get it from you, but who else would know?
I mean, I guess my master, but he's dead now.
Did he tell them before he died? What do you think?
Well, I'm half dead, so I have no way of finding out right now. So
I'm sorry. You seem to be in a lot of pain. And she like steps over towards you in this mindscape and puts a hand on your hand. I'm so sorry.
Can you escape, or are you stuck there?
I could try, I suppose, if I needed to, but I'm safe enough for now. The Sith are everywhere. Kalos, I need to know that the secret is safe. Are you sure that there's no one else who knows?
Like, out of character, I would only believe that it's me and my master, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, only me and my, as of, I actually don't know how much time has passed, but as of recently, a little bit ago, my recently deceased master knew. Unless he told them before he died or had something set up to tell them if he died.
I believe you.
I don't know.
I believe you. And then we see her like kind of twitch, and it's like she turns and then says something, but you can't hear what it is. It's like she's saying something in real life. And
is it Nibbit?
You can't hear anything, right? She says something and then she turns back, and she seems like nervous or troubled about something, and she says, Kalos, if you die, you told me once, or I heard, maybe you, did you ever have a conversation with her about Korriban? I'm trying to remember.
We had a conversation.
Okay, so there was time there where you guys maybe even could have had a conversation off screen. If she had asked you about Korriban, what would you have told her?
In regards to
beforehand.
In regards to
just in general, like if she asked you, like, what was it like?
Well, horrible, oppressive, full of deformed force beasts.
Yeah. So she says, we talked once about Korriban. And you said then that you would never want to go back there.
Well, of course not.
Are you saying that there's nothing good on Korriban? Nothing that could be used? Do you regret the knowledge you gained there?
I wouldn't say regret the knowledge, but the entire experience, for sure.
But it maybe could have been likened to an experience that was hard, but made you stronger in the end. Yes?
What are you getting at?
If I asked you where Korriban was, would you tell me?
Okay. All right. I'm rolling.
So what she's doing, she's rolling falsehood. That's what she's doing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any.
Yeah. Well, that's the way the game works. The character who's lying is the one who's making the roll.
Oh, okay.
So she's better because I mean she has to beat your will. So
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here.
So either this isn't her or she's being coerced.
What is your will?
6.
Cool.
Yay. Holy, what? Who is this?
So I'm gonna have her spend fate.
You kind of gave away that this isn't her.
Oh, I know, but your character doesn't know this.
Yeah.
So real quick, she's using everything at her disposal to try to accomplish this. She's gonna spend 2 fate, and it's just barely enough. So something might seem off to you, Kalos, but you believe her. That's like she's being genuine about this. She wants to know for herself.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's her. That's everything.
I mean, regardless, I wouldn't tell her. I didn't tell anyone else that I've interacted with more.
But yeah, you don't suspect anything more than that.
But yeah, no, I don't plan on telling you or anyone. If the Sith found out you knew, they'd hunt you just as tirelessly as they've been hunting us. So that's not information I'm willing to give.
Yeah. Gurno and Chad had an interesting thought that might be relevant. Do you have any beliefs that would increase the ob of that test for her? Oh, I don't even know if you have any beliefs.
Never trust a Jedi or a Sith for that matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be enough to just bump it up by 1. I think that's important. I think that makes sense. Kalos isn't the sort of person who would be fooled by something like this. He's very suspicious. So I'm good call there, Gurno. I think that makes sense. To increase the ob by 1 because of your bits here with that lie, because that's a condition in the falsehood skill that it lists.
Yeah.
So something. Like maybe for a moment you say that, right? You say I wouldn't tell anyone, right? And this all seems normal to you for now, right? But then you see her face get angry, right? It's not quite the Bilbo goes for the ring moment, but it's like a mild version of like she's almost about to just like reach out and strangle you. Like she's very angry that you just rejected that, rejected her question, but she calms herself, and now you're like, wait a second, something's wrong here. Right. Do you try to do anything? I mean, you're obviously still in like this weird mindscape.
Can I roll meditation maybe to see if I can figure out who it is?
Certainly, yeah.
Okay, and force wise and force tremor wise are I think the only things
I think so
applicable. I mean, unless they're a soldier.
Yeah. So as it stands right now, you have an injury here.
I have a big injury here.
Yeah. But let's see, what is... So they're in the process of healing you. So I'm going to go ahead and list your current like injury recovery stage. You have -2 dice right now. So I'm just putting that on your character sheets for whatever you're doing here, because that would be a thing that's relevant. Meditation. So you're trying to what exactly? See a vision of where she is and get an understanding of like what's actually happening in the room.
To try and like almost like trace back the telepathy almost.
Sure. Let's do ob 4 meditation.
Okay. Are they a soldier?
I'm trying to figure out if it's clairvoyance.
I don't have that.
Or, well, no, because clairvoyance is a meditation thing. Or reaching out. It's one of those. So clairvoyance says, like, the ob 4 is the current whereabouts and experiences of a rival or dreaded foe. But reaching out, it's like, if it's across the galaxy, it's an ob 9. But I guess reaching out is more...
I mean, I think that the reaching out is like exerting your influence.
Yeah.
As opposed to like sensing.
Yeah, so ob 4.
Okay.
And she this is not a soldier situation.
Oh, I gotta redo this then. All right, just a second. Oof.
Ooh, yeah. So you reach out as hard as you can, and you're just in too much pain, right? You just get dragged back to reality as like you're racked with pain. And I think we just see Jaina just like close her eyes and like be resigned to something. And she says, "I am so sorry, Kalos." And then she just grabs your face and tries to like weasel, like she's going to try to like telepathy this information just out of your brain. And let's see.
Is this against my will again?
I'm looking. Yeah, let's see.
Could it be against steel?
Pluck a single powerful image of something currently on their mind. Ob 5. That is what she's attempting to do. She's already spent a lot of Artha. So she doesn't have a whole lot left to work with. But I think, I mean, she wasn't a soldier type, right? So this is more her speed than telekinesis is. So I think she's pretty good at it.
You're saying her like it's actually Jaina.
Well, we'll see. You have no reason yet to believe that it's not. No, evidential reason.
I don't know who it is.
No evidence besides circumstantial evidence. And she has fate left, but she has no persona left, so I'll go ahead and... Okay, so she fails. She's going to spend her one fate and try to get 3 successes in a row, but probably fail. Nope,
Riot.
Nothing.
Okay.
That would be wild, wouldn't it?
It's happened before.
Yeah, I know. So she tries, right? But Kalos's mind is just too strong, right? It might even be that she got the image, but like you're so good at like controlling what you're thinking, right? That what does she see instead, Kalos? What's the powerful image that is currently on your mind that is not Korriban?
It's definitely Nomi. It's got to be Nomi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's you know what? That's even better though. Okay, so this is what happens. So she does this and then it's just like just curses under her breath and she's like, "You've doomed us all, Kalos. Thank you." And then I don't know if you say anything to that, but she's just like shaking her head.
I want to send a telepathic lance at her. I want to roll it. I want to
try to
I want to do what she did to me, basically.
Okay. I don't think you can be being learned telepathy. I think you have to like get instruction first because it's like a magical skill. I think you need to get like instruction for the first test. Like someone needs to actually train you in the beginnings of it before you can start making being learned tests. I don't think you can just do it. At least I don't think so. That's how it usually works in Burning Wheel. I don't know if they have different rules.
That's how it works for spell songs. I'd be surprised if they were harder than actual spells.
Right. Let me scroll up to the beginning of the skills section here and see if it has any more details on that. Here we go. Sorcerer skills. Requires attuned. Every sorcerer skill, with the exception of lightsaber, requires at least 1 point of Artha to be spent on it per test, including beginner's luck. Yeah, it doesn't list the normal qualifications of you have to.
I mean, it makes sense for the.
I think
it
makes sense for Star Wars that you can actually just try it. So yeah, you can attempt to do that.
That's true. They do just kind of do that a lot.
Yeah. I was going by Burning Wheel rules, but I don't think they have that qualification here. It doesn't look like it, at least. Okay, so you're trying to pluck something out of her mind?
Or well, what are the things that you?
So the options that it lists here are like reading or sensing things about them, doing a mind trick, or projecting.
Try to get an image of her face.
Yeah. So, or like an illusion are the 3 options here. So yeah, like reading her mind, mind trick, or illusions are the main three things here.
Oh, we're reading her mind.
Cool. Do you want something more than reading the surface thoughts? So are you trying to read an aura trait, sense an emotion, sense an intent, read the surface thoughts, or pluck a single powerful image?
The one before the powerful image.
So surface thoughts.
Yeah.
So that is Ob 4.
Oh, okay. That's harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I got. Oh. Pretend you didn't hear that.
Yeah, that wasn't a good roll.
I failed.
So
wait, advantage. How did I get +4 advantage?
I have. You put that in instead of the ob. Maybe you did it twice.
Oopsies.
All good. I mean, you still failed, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So you try to reach out yourself, but you're just too weak, right? In your current state, just too weak to do anything. And so while you're doing that, she's like shaking her head and then she turns back, talks again, and seems to be like, no, stop, no. And then she pauses, but she's like, you can't hear any words she's saying when she's turned away from you. And then someone is saying something to her and she nods slowly. and then turns back to you and then says, "I'm so sorry, Kalos. I did what I had to do." And then she disappears. Yep.
Yeah.
So, Ren, where are you when you see... No, I guess Rel's meeting would probably happen first. So Rel, the Jedi that we mentioned before, Kessin Andark shows up.
Okay. I'll probably meet him somewhere else
Sure.
other than the place we're living, obviously.
Mhm. A cantina somewhere?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'll leave Bartle at the base. I sent you a picture of him on Facebook if you got it.
Okay. Yeah, so big, muscular African American looking guy, wearing like a, kind of dirty utilitarian lower class clothing and a cloak. He's sitting at a table in the back and kind of does a half salute, waves you over.
Yeah,
The description I was given was very specific. I noticed you as soon as you walked in.
I tend to be hard to miss. I take it you're scrolling, Kessin.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, I'll sit across from him.
I was told that you have younglings that you want me to train, except not in the ways of the Jedi.
Yes, I have my own opinions on those sort of things. I'd like you to train them to... I guess I'm trying to think how he phrases this. To commune with the Force, connect with it, but not to manipulate it. Techniques, that sort of thing. Prefer that was left out of the curriculum.
I see. He seems confused by it, but he's not planning on following your orders, so he just kind of nods to himself. He's like, I suppose I can do that.
I have an important question for you, and I know Ren suggested you, but I have to ask you myself.
Mm-hmm.
Are you an honest man?
I believe that falsehoods disrupt the community. And that means that when you're friends with someone, when you want to live in harmony and peace with them, lying to them is, it's just not wise. It's not friendly. It's not loving to that person. But lying to your enemies is something different. He just kind of gives you a smile.
Oh, that's super evasive. So I like to do Manhunter again.
Yeah.
Which is why I did it earlier. I thought it would be nice to actually use that in the game before I use it in something that matters.
Yeah. So I assume you're also trying to read intent again?
Yeah. Or is it easier to tell if he's lying than intent?
No, the specific example it gives in the book here is to deceive as the example. So yeah,
okay, I see.
Intent is what you're looking at.
Right.
It's not deception isn't an emotion. So
right. Yeah. So what's the difficulty for that then?
4 again. Yeah.
4. Okay. Go ahead and spend a persona on that. Oops, that's the wrong. Oof, I didn't get any. Well, I'll spend fate
one
to reroll one. Yeah.
1 failed dice.
No, forgot I can just do
just 1 and 1. Yeah, on there. Yikes!
Weird.
You got a 1 on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very bad. Yeah. So close, but not close enough, right? Rel's just something seems off here, but my Manhunter perceptions aren't throwing any red flags up. So
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the guy seems really friendly, right? So when he smiles at you and said, "I only deceive my enemies," he's implying, "Oh, you're a friend."
Yeah, that's just a weird way to answer that, but yeah, I think he's seems genuine enough that I'm just like, okay, so he's just eccentric, I guess.
Yeah. I'm imagining. Think when he talked through that, I was imagining Ham from Mistborn, right? The like philosophical conundrums. Let's talk about the philosophy of lying, shall we, for a moment? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, he nods. He says, had another question. Yeah, so he says, what was the last thing he said? Oh yeah, he finished by saying, I
only lie to my enemies. And he smiled at you, yeah.
Okay. I suppose that's as good of a policy as any. Who do you consider your enemies?
He's like, seems to like actually contemplate that for a moment. He says, those who do evil, those who fall to the dark side and cannot control themselves. Those who make decisions that jeopardize the lives of others. Those sorts of things.
Seems reasonable. Well, listen, these children are important to me for reasons that aren't relevant. And I don't particularly have find manipulating the Force and techniques to be distasteful. So I'd appreciate it if you live up to your end of the bargain and just teach them to commune with it. Teach them to use what they have in a way that aligns them with the Force, but doesn't make them masters of it. It's not right. Not the way it's meant to be. Anyways.
So yeah, he nods and he says, "Don't worry, Mr. Cash. As long as I am as long as I am in your employ, I will follow your curriculum to the letter."
Excellent. I suppose that's a matter to discuss as well. Payments.
It's like standard instructions fare is fine with me. I don't need to be rich.
Suppose that's agreeable. I have a facility you can use. Should be off of the radar, so
good.
The Jedi should
how
come
I like
looking
to
for
live.
you there. Yes, I can tell. Let's look around at the place for him.
Yeah,
but that's ideal. All right. Well, I suppose you can follow me then. Yeah.
Yeah, and we see you, take whatever like taxi or whatever back to the place, and you're showing him around, and he's like just like taking it all in and meeting the kids, and everything seems just fine.
Right.
I think we will cut away from that before he tries anything.
Yeah.
To Byakhya and Ren, are you guys together? What are you guys up to in the Jedi Temple? Well, because right now nothing's happening. Callus is being healed slowly, but that's about it. You're muted, Connor, if you've been trying to say things. Still muted.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I feel like you've been trying to say things and nothing's been.
Who, me?
No, Connor.
Connor.
I can hear you. You're muted on Zoom, Connor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been making comments like the whole time?
Not. I mean, maybe a couple, but not really.
Okay. All right.
I was the Jedi that Rel was talking to. I was like, "What a pal!" And he was like, "I don't need to be rich." That was all I said. That's all you missed.
Okay. Cool.
No, and then I said, "I think we're playing Pazak with the council."
Well,
back over to us.
No, well, the council is currently healing Kalos, so.
Yeah. We're in the med room.
I don't
Gambling.
think that's true.
Taking bets on whether or not Kalos will survive.
What are you and Byakhya actually doing? Are you mainly my question is like, are you together or are you doing something separate?
I mean, we can be. I mean, what did Jedi do? They just meditate and they don't really do anything.
That is entirely
like if
fair.
we're at the temple, like
maybe you're just like in the meditation chamber or whatever, clearing your head.
That's our clip. I mean, what did Jedi do? They just like meditate.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, is that what you're doing?
Because what are we trying to figure out?
You're just
right
kind of
now?
waiting
Like,
around right
goal?
now. Is the thing right? You're waiting for Kalos to be healed, right? Because after Kalos is healed, then it's like, okay, the plan is to take the fight to the Sith, right? As soon as he is healed. But other than that, it's just kind of like waiting. So yeah, are you just preparing your minds for that, just like meditating?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I warned the Jedi Council obviously to go to that address. So I can't think of any. Oh well, if I'm meditating, can I talk to what's her face? Lori.
Lori. Yeah, sure. So you guys are in the meditation chamber. Biaka's in his own little world, and then Ren. Yeah, you want to.
Well, Biaka knows that Lori exists, right? I told him about
but I don't
that.
think Lori has ever appeared to anyone but you. I don't think.
Right? Could I
ask her to?
Yeah. We can just all chill and hang out and talk together as a trio rather than Biaka can be our Denon replacement.
Right.
Except not evil.
Right, exactly.
Right. Well, but Denon used to be evil, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he was.
Well, the thing is, we already discussed he killed the Wookiee during this time.
Oh,
right?
Shoot.
So he always had problems at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I want you to make a meditation check, Ren. To like call up Lori and see if she'll appear to Biaka and why not.
So we're waiting for Kalos to get healed, and then we're gonna. Yep. But then what? Like, isn't our mission
then you're gonna take the fight. No, well, yes, it is for now, but like the Sith have to be stopped is the idea. So and Kalos convinced the council that the only way to do that was to send him at the enemy and take that risk, right? And so you guys are going to be with Kalos, basically storming whatever capital ship, and just trying to kill the Sith is the idea.
All right, what's the OB meditation roll?
So meditation in this instance is OB 3, I think. Nice.
Right on the money. Oh, I still have wounds too, don't I?
Yeah, you guys are both recovering from mini wounds. So
bogus. All right, let's do it.
So Lori is, Lori appears, and I think what it is, right, is obviously Ren was in one of the like little meditation seats, right? Biaka was in a meditation seat, and there was an empty one in between you guys, and Lori suddenly, appears on that meditation seat as a ghost meditating. And then she turns to the both of you. Yeah, turns to the both of you and then says, "Are you ready for what's going to happen next?" And Biaka, this is the first time you've seen Ghost Lori. I mean, you knew that she died. You knew who she was. You met her before. I mean, Ren was with her while you're his Padawan. But yeah, this is definitely the first you've seen her as a ghost.
So, quick question. Well, this might derail us. Yeah, I can ask it later.
Yeah, so she just asks, "Are you both prepared for what's about to happen next?"
I'm trying to decide if Biaka's even surprised or if he's like so used to like this weird stuff happening lately that he's just like,
of course,
another one. I don't know what.
I mean, you did.
Force Ghost appeared to me.
Yeah, you did hear from Ren earlier that at least he was seeing Force Ghosts.
Yeah,
right.
So even if it startles you, it probably doesn't startle you as much as it would have otherwise.
So I think I'll tell him. I think I would look at Ren and say, "Master, are you seeing this?
Biaka,
do you see her?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who she is, but she's dead. Why is she? How are you here? How is she here?
The Force is more powerful than any of us realize.
And I've become more powerful than you can ever imagine. No, she didn't say that.
Okay, I was like, okay, guys, Lori's the main villain.
Instead of a Dark Lord, you will have a queen. not terrible, but beautiful as the dawn, treacherous as the sea.
Amazing.
So is this what you've been seeing? This is who you've been seeing?
Yeah. This has been my one of my greatest allies throughout all of this.
And how is she here? Is she still here? I'm talking about her
she's
like
still,
she's not.
She says, Biaka, the Force is very powerful. When I died, I ascended to be one with the Force.
How?
I honestly don't understand how it happened myself.
No, I think he's asking how can he do this as well.
No, I'm saying how did she do it? Because I don't trust her. I'm gonna interrogate her, and I'm gonna say, "Are you lying to me?"
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I guess I never really questioned any of this. I mean,
how did you become a ghost?
The other ghost in your head was evil, so
right. Maybe I should start questioning the Reeve.
Yeah. So Biaka, go ahead and make an Ob 4 interrogation.
Oh, sorry, my roll 20 was on my other screen.
All good.
Interrogation. I feel like I could fork in Jedi Doctrine because what I know, this is impossible. But I'm not going to. Did I get it? Got it.
Nice. Yeah, it was a difficult roll too. Yeah, you had exactly 5 dice and you got all successes. Cool. So, yeah, I think. So remind me, Connor.
So I asked
when
her,
did she die, and how did she die again? What was the situation there? Did she die in that? I think didn't she die in the battle on Belsavis? Wasn't that what it was? Right after you met Venice.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So. Okay, this is what she says then. She says, "Biaka, I'm not lying to you. What happened to me, I don't quite understand. I think it had something to do with that place, Belsavis. Do you remember it? The prison planet? There were Force artifacts there that we didn't understand. I think during the battle, something there that was attuned to the Force powered my ascension, and I didn't pass. I didn't become scattered into the Force. I coalesced within it, retained my personality, and I think it was because the Force knew that Ren needed the help. I mean, without me, maybe Denon would have been the one advising him. And Venice might have taken over. You told him about Venice, right, Ren?
Told him about what part of
Venice?
I'm sorry. I thought in my head Venice was confused with Denon for a second there.
Yeah.
I told him about Venice.
That he's bad?
I think you talked to him about it before.
I talked to him about it before I had determined that he was not trustworthy.
Yeah.
So I told him about Venice, but not that he was no longer. Let me get my quote. Get into my deeper Jedi character voice. I told him that Venice existed, but I never told him that I realized he was wrong, and I purged him from my Force spirit.
And Lori looks back at you, Biaka, and says, "See, Biaka, I was responsible for that one, or at least partially responsible for that."
Well, I'm gonna look at Ren and say, "I knew it. I knew there was something bad going on inside your head. Why didn't you tell me?"
He had a lot. I
didn't realize it myself.
He had a lot to work through, Biaka.
He had a lot to work through.
And so how do you know we can trust her?
Because I am Lori, Biaka. I'm the friend you had before. I've been a Jedi fighting at your side until I died. And I've remained that in life. That,
and it'll probably help you to know that she immediately and originally told me that it's going to be a problem.
He just didn't listen to me.
Right.
I was saying, Biaka, what you would have said in my place.
So what did she tell me? She just said that she has no idea how this happened to her. Just said there were artifacts and maybe something happened that lets her live on. Right?
Yeah, but she doesn't understand herself is basically what she's saying. She's like, I think it had something to do with some sort of Force artifact at Belsavis, but I don't know. And that's true, right? Like your interrogation succeeded. So
Yeah, but I still don't trust her.
that's fine.
Can I interrogate her to ask her if she's good?
I mean, we can just let the interrogation ride, right? Like you're just grilling her through the whole
is she
conversation.
good?
And
Are
yeah,
you
she is.
good?
Yeah, she is. And she literally, I mean, she's already given you a bunch of evidence at this point, but I think the last thing she says to like kind of clinch it is, she says, Bianca, you can feel the Force as well as I can. What do you think? Do you sense the dark side in my spirit?
I can't say that I do.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, your interrogation is successfully, determined she's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And then I think in the moment where you guys are pausing, suddenly she perks her head up. She says, do you hear that? And then she disappears. And you guys do hear it. You hear footsteps down the hallway. Like beyond the room that you're in. What do you do?
It's a lash tack.
Wait, what?
So Laree said, do you hear that? Perked up her head and then disappeared. And then you guys hear footsteps coming down the hallway. And something about it just feels wrong.
I literally just couldn't hear you.
Got it.
Something about the footsteps feels wrong.
Well, something about how Laree reacted and like the vibe of the situation feels wrong.
Oh, okay. So possibly her Force ghost is being suppressed.
Not necessarily.
Can I make a? Oh, okay. This isn't a Force related.
No, I think it was like Laree basically just being like, "There's nothing I can do. I'm a ghost. I'm gonna tap out. You guys deal with the situation, right?
Deal with whoever's coming."
Yeah, exactly. There are footsteps coming down the hallway. It sounds like a small group of people.
Okay. I guess I'll just roll lightsaber, right? I mean, I guess just cut it down.
You're just gonna step out into the hallway and kill whoever's ever out there.
No, yeah, I got.
You were playing me from Orphans.
Yeah. I mean,
that's callous.
I mean, do they come to the door and like open up the door, or
no? It's like
really
they're walking by the room, waiting. Right? Like, and I think the door's probably closed, right? To this room that you're in, they're walking down the hallway next to the room, right? So you're hearing the muffled footsteps outside.
So what you're trying to say is open the gosh darn door. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I open the door.
Okay.
And I look out.
Yeah, and probably they move past the door at this point, but yeah, you see a small squad of men and a Losh Tack in their lead, and it's like Grell's goons.
And we're in the Jedi Temple?
Uh-huh, yeah.
They're stupid.
Stop.
Grell had a spy, guys.
Stop right there.
I think Losh Tack looks back for just a moment and roars something in Wookiee, and the goons just turn and fire at you, and he books it away.
Bianca, what did he say?
He said
shoot them.
Yeah. Yeah. Chad's like, listen, I understood that as Chad. There are some good clip moments today. I've written down 4 timestamps already.
Oh man,
for clips.
What did he say?
Is that who gets the funny?
I think I'm just gonna make a highlight reel. I'm just gonna do all of them in one video. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
So they're shooting. What are they shooting at?
So
blasters?
The goons, yeah, they're just shooting blasters at Ren, and you if you're behind him, and then a Losh Tack is making a break for it. Yeah, I think so. What's your intent?
Yeah, I have to block.
Actually, can I roll? Okay. All right. We don't have to make this canon if we don't want to. Can I roll telekinesis and shoot their blasters back at them?
I think that is a possible situation that you could attempt.
Okay. You could just deflect them back at them.
Yeah, but it'd be really cool if I just force push all of them into the wall and their blasters just like, came after.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Go for it. So just gonna be
pretty neat.
it's just gonna be a versus
Pretty
test
neat,
against them. So they got 5 successes.
Oh. Okay.
Bianca, you helping?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
I'll
so
force
I'm
push
gonna
them.
fork in force wise. So that's wait. I have to spend the fate on it already. Is that just for one reroll? That counts as one reroll?
It counts as one. It counts as whatever
So
6
that's
is.
just after the fact?
Oh yeah, because it's open-ended automatically. So yeah, it would be 1.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just trying to count everything in myself. 1
Yep.
from Bianca, 1 from force wise. Can I use skirmish tactics to my advantage here?
No, yeah, skirmish tactics is like a training skill.
A training skill?
It's only relevant for like the fight rules.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Oh, tactics. That's what I was thinking of. Is that applicable here?
No. Again, that would be for like actual warfare. This is just a skirmish in the hallway. So
okay. Soldier wise.
Yep, of course.
Meditation.
Yeah, with lightsaber. Yep. Oh well, no, you're using telekinesis. I don't think it doesn't sound an automatic fork for telekinesis in this instance. I don't think.
Oh, it isn't?
I don't think so.
It's only an automatic fork for lightsaber.
I
Otherwise,
believe.
it's supposed to be too slow, I think, for that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think
That's what we've been doing
a-
at least. Let me look real quick.
Yeah, I feel like it's supposed to be a linked test, except for a lightsaber. If I remember right.
It doesn't have anything listed here as like a possible fork. Typically,
That's fine. Can I also fork in force tremors wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
You rolling?
I'm sorry, I literally hit the submit button like 10 times and it just decided to work that time.
Yeah, you did it. So you make
That was a
short work
roll.
of them, and you slam them against the wall. Blasters go flying, and yeah, they're just crumbled.
Oh, okay, that was my extra. Just wanted to see if I got a 7. So they're out of commission, right? I beat them all.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
But yeah, you see Alashtak turn the corner up ahead and descend some stairs, and you can. I mean, Bianca knows where he's headed automatically.
Speed tests?
Yeah, I think so. But Ren, you could probably guess that he, at least you know the general area of the temple he's headed towards, and it's towards the like holding cells.
Yeah, and I would know that's what he wants. He's trying to go kill him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bianca knows it already, but Ren, you just know general direction in which he's headed. So.
What's his name? Denon or Venice?
Because you were privy to the conversation that Alashtak had with you about how he wanted to kill him. Gotcha.
Yeah. So Alashtak is this as the Wookiee's name? If that's you're asking, Chad. Who we?
No, Denon. Who's
Denon, Denon is the guy that he's going to try to kill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, he wants to kill Denon?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Denon killed his brother.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking he's with Rel's soldiers, so I was like, obviously he's going to kill Kalos. But no, okay, that makes more sense.
Whoa! Alashtak just got all successes and 3 6s on his speed test.
Dang, son.
So you guys do have the proprioception options here, right? So if you get 5s or 4s, you can spend extra fate to like, open ended too. But yeah, so I think it's gonna have to be both of you rolling separately, and if you just one of you gets higher.
Whoever succeeds.
Oh man. Yeah, you have
oh my
goodness.
Apparently I stubbed my toe and fell.
Well, so Bianca, you're still wounded and stuff, right? So like
your base speed is 2 right now. You only rolled 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
2? That's
because you have the wound, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're still recovering. So Bianca tries to go after him, and then you just like hold your side. You're just like, oh.
I think I'm gonna spend
Persona.
No, because you can just spend a fate point.
I could spend 2 fate points and reroll 4 dice.
Oh gosh!
I'm so happy that Alashtak got that.
I'm gonna just wing it and
That's
see.
Awesome.
No, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should spend points on this or not.
Just let him die. It's fine.
I mean, out of character, I really don't care about him. And since all this stuff is meta, I'm gonna let yeah, he's trying the best that he can outside of the rules of fate.
Right.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
Yikes. 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
Boy. Yeah, so I mean he just makes it, right?
Yep.
So
there has to be guards there.
There are, yeah. Obviously, there's like a situation here, but Alashtak is like a boss Wookiee warlord. I don't think we need to make a big deal about him subduing guards. Obviously, it takes him a little bit of time to do so, but I think we see. Alashtak gets down there, kills the guards, deactivates the holding cell, and has Denon like. I mean, I don't think you guys have enough time to stop him, right? He got 5 successes, and your best is a 1. Like. I think the dude is just going to put a slug thrower in his brain before you guys can get there. Right?
He's not a villain monologue first.
That's fine.
No,
and then
Alashtak isn't.
I'm going to kill Alashtak.
Yeah, Alashtak isn't. So I think this is what happens, guys, instead, right? You guys are too slow, right? You guys are making your way towards that area, right? And you hear a gunshot, right, from a couple rooms away. But then you hear something from behind you. You hear lightsabers drawn, and you hear the sounds of battle. So now you have a choice. You can either go back and check that out, or give Alashtak justice. What do you guys want to do?
What are our options?
So basically, what I'm saying is, you're halfway to Alashtak. You hear the gun already go off. He's probably already killed the dude. But then you also suddenly, in the silence that ensues, right? You hear the sounds of a lightsaber combat coming from where you came. And you're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, those are just like random guards. Like, what is happening?
Should we split up?
Yeah.
Should we let you have your moment with the Alashtak and I can go see what the lightsaber battle is about?
I mean, we can.
That makes sense.
But I'm going to kill him.
Then, right. I think
no,
outside
I don't want
to
kill him. I'm just mad at him.
I think I think inside of character then, Ren just says, Bianca, take care of Alashtak. If you can save Denon, save him. Otherwise, just remember that you're still a Jedi. And he like puts a hand on your shoulder. And he says, I'm off to see what's going on over there. I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
And then we go.
Yeah, so Ren dashes away, and Bianca, you step into the room, and we
dashes away. Hold up. I rolled a 1 on speed.
You hobble away like an old man. Yeah. But then Bianca, we see you step into the room, and then we hard cut back to Rel. So Rel, you've shown him around, right? You've shown whatever his name is. Oh man, I keep up to scroll up and find it. Kessin Andar. And he seems to be getting along well with the kids. He seems amiable enough. And then there comes a moment. I'm trying to think of what moment he would choose to try to make a move. What is your pattern of behavior yourself as you're doing this? Like, is there a moment where you like stop and like, okay, I'm gonna go get a drink break or whatever? Like, what's is there a moment where it makes sense that he would try something?
Well, I mean, so I think I'm showing him around, and after that, I'd probably have him like teach them something so I can watch him do his job.
Sure.
And, like, make sure he's good at it. And I'd probably like sit in the side of the room and be like, I don't know, teach him how to meditate.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But basically the only force power I'm allowing.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll it for him. See how well he does.
Okay.
I think what Ob. It's probably a high Ob because it's a sorceress skill, even though he's giving them a routine bubble. I think it's going to be an Ob 4. Because I think it's like plus 3 Ob for sorceress skills, I believe.
Oof.
As far as I can remember. But
yeah,
I'll
right.
go ahead and roll for him. Okay, not quite. I'll let him spend a fate. No. So, and I think he's not trying to like not do what you're saying, right? He's actually trying. Yeah. I think you can just tell that he's just not used to this training method, right? So at one point he turns to you and says like, I don't think it's the children's fault. I just am, I I have to be honest, it's been a while myself since I've been in this mindset and teaching children the Force. And with your specifications, there's going to have to be a little bit of a transition period for me to find the right teaching method.
He got 3 successes, so it wasn't
out of 4,
a bad job. He just didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I'm sure it'll take time.
Yeah, and the time, if he actually spends this time doing it, it's going to count as practice instead of a normal instruction time.
Yeah. Just keep that up. I'm sure you'll do fine. And then how long has it been since the Lost Tech left?
An hour or 2, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
So then I think I'll be like, excuse me, feel free to continue. I need to make a call. And I'll like sort of step to the side. Like it's probably like mostly just one big open room. So I'll just probably go to a different part of the room. But
sure. Yeah.
I'll try and contact the Lost Tech.
He does not pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you hear what's his face from behind you, Kessin, talking to the kids and say, now we'll go ahead and take a break now. I saw a bunch of abandoned vehicles in the back there. Why don't you go ahead and pretend like you're driving them? That'll be fun. And the kids have been doing this already, so they're just like, yeah, we've been doing this already, of course. And then they just run over there, right? Like,
can Bestial do that with them?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, he goes over and he's like, I think that dude is pretending like he is like the commanding officer of a fleet of starships, right? As they're all in their own little cockpits, and he's like giving them orders, like, okay, go this place, this place.
Yeah. I was imagining that he's kind of like childish, maybe kind of dumb, and that's why he trusted them to be with the kids, because he didn't think he'd do anything stupid.
Oh yeah, this guy's a Gungan, by the way.
Yeah.
For everybody's reference, Rel's bodyguard here.
The only living one now, probably.
Yeah, I mean, Naboo isn't really a thing, so this would have had to have been a Gungan that was like taken from Naboo by some slave ship or whatever, right? At a young age or something. But so Kessin comes over to you, Rel, as you're like trying to get it in touch with the Lost Tech, and I think Kessin says, Rel, there's something I would like to speak to you about if you have a moment in private.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Feel free.
And he kind of like gestures with his head, like to kind of walk off a distance, even like around a corner or whatever, just so you're out of sight of the others.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think his eyes like squint together. But he'll like follow him. What is this about?
And then of course he just is going to try to force slam you straight backwards through a door into like this whatever side room is near you guys.
Yeah.
And the door is kind of like half open or whatever, right? And he's just going to try to like force slam you into the room as quickly as possible. So he's going to make a roll here. Let's look at telekinesis. You're a middling sized creature, so it's an OB 3 test for him. So let's give it a shot. I mean, he was a soldier type 2 because of Ren's life paths. So he's probably decently good at this. But we'll see what he gets. Whoa, that was a bad roll.
Oof.
All right, I'll spend the one fate to reroll a failed dice, but we'll see if that's enough. Nope. So what happens is he slams you back, right? But you catch yourself on the door frame.
Star Wars doesn't even have a rule for how you fail telekinesis.
He does it, right? But I think it's, Rel, you managed to like catch yourself on the door frame, right? Before he pushes you all the way into the room. And he's just trying to push you, but you're like bracing yourself well enough.
I'll just like seal the door between us or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he's just like concentrating, trying to push, and yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I slip my hand over the door and like lock it so that it slides between us, and then there's probably like a little intercom button.
Oh wait, you're in the room?
Well, I imagined you said he kind of pushed me, right?
So what I was imagining is like you're in the open garage area, right? But there's like some sort of office room behind you. The door is halfway open. He force slams you. You catch yourself right before you go into the room on the door frame itself. So you're like outside of the room, bracing yourself against like the door frame.
Right.
So you're not actually going in, and then he's trying to like, but you're like meaning to brace yourself fine.
Yeah, then I'll sort of like, I'll do that. Then I'll let myself get pressed into the room a little to push the door so that there's something barring us, and then I'll lock it or whatever. Because like you said, it's probably an office, so there's probably like a
and
in case of riot.
He squints and he's just like, well, that's what I was trying to do anyway. Like that was literally his plan. So I think he just like walks over to the door, turns his lightsaber on, and just tries to weld the door shut. Right? So that you can't open it again.
But wouldn't that just cut it open?
No, so he's going to try to apply the lightsaber blade at enough so he's melting the metal door in a way that will make it impossible to open.
Right. Okay.
So I'll go and roll a lightsaber test for him, but you can, I don't know what you'd be trying to do in the meantime.
Yeah. Can I have installed defenses of any kind in the building?
Yes, you're at least in the process of it, so it's probably not as good as you would want it, but there are some. Okay.
Then I don't know what I would do for that. Can I like push a button and have the defenses do something?
I forgot this is open-ended. Okay. Yes, you can probably press a button from inside here, and I think I was going to say 3 successes is probably enough to just weld the door closed, even though it's going to take him a while to do so with 3 successes. So I think basically you just managed to stall long enough to now the automated defenses are firing. Whatever your bodyguard's name is, I've already forgotten it, but
Bestrel.
Yeah, Bestrel. He he notices that this happens, obviously, sends the kids off into like some sort of other room to like hunker down, and then comes over and like has a big blaster rifle and is trying to like attack what's his face now, Kessin.
I might wave Bestrel off. I don't think Bestrel's good at this kind of stuff, which is why so I think I'm like, just don't die. So I think I'm like telling him to like stay with the kids or whatever. There's probably like a window.
He points like his blast rifle. He's like behind a box, right? And he's like pointing his blast rifle, and he sees you. And I think there's probably like maybe a big glass window or something that's like it's like an office built like room that you're in, right? And there's like big glass window that's looking out onto the garage. And then the door next to it. And so you do that. You like wave him off from his viewpoint. And so he just like slowly lifts his rifle up and then kind of like backs up, kind of like that, like in movies where someone's like hesitantly kind of like almost hopping backwards. Like they're like,
they don't want to turn their back.
They slowly turn and then run.
Yeah.
And he goes back to the kids. But yeah, I mean, he finishes welding the door as he's, trying to.
So
I think basically, I mean, he has a lightsaber. He can deflect them. This is just increasing the time that it's taking him to weld it, basically. And at that point, I mean, as soon as he's welded the door, he doesn't even need to stay. So he's literally just like.
Right. Well, that's why I was thinking the defenses, because I mean, the defenses don't do any good if it's just buying time. I don't need time, really.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So I'll have that 3 successes be what he's rolling against the defenses.
Okay.
Would you make a resource test for me? Real quick, just graduated, and whatever you roll will be the amount of dice these defenses have, right? Okay. How much money you we're able to spend on the defenses.
Okay.
So it's graduated.
Right. Just trying to remember. 5.
Okay, so 5 dice. Yeah. That didn't go so well. Yeah, so he manages to just like destroy them, disable them, whatever he needs to do, and then welds the door shut. And he goes over to like the big plexiglass window, deactivates his lightsaber, and just kind of like crosses his arms and just was waiting now.
I'll do the intercom thing or whatever and be like, space. I suppose Ren set you up to this.
He put the idea in my head, I suppose. I wanted to kill you, but he informed me that wouldn't do that wouldn't be very wait, how do you say it? But
effective.
But he informed me that wouldn't be very effective.
I shouldn't be surprised that he didn't live up to his end of the bargain. I thought I could see through your deception, but apparently I was wrong.
He smiles and he says, "The Jedi couldn't do it either. That's why we didn't see eye to eye sometimes." You see, enemies and allies, those categories change depending on the decisions that people make. And sometimes even the good guys become your enemy.
What makes me your enemy?
Those children deserve Jedi training. My kind of Jedi training. I'm not going to train them to commune with the Force, but be powerless to defend themselves. And also, you're an accessory to murder.
I'm not sure where you get that impression.
He just shrugs. So now we're just going to wait.
Just making it up. I see. All right. Well, that's good.
Now we're just going to wait here until the Jedi arrive.
Right. Wonderful. And is there anything I can kill myself with in here?
Make a Die of Fate roll. On a 1, there is. On a 4, on any other result, there is not.
Right. I'm like, where's the Die of Fate one?
Just roll a d6, my friend.
Yeah.
Yep. So there is not. Unfortunately, you do not have a way to. I mean, you could just keep bashing your head against the wall over and over again if you wanted to, but
yeah,
there's not an efficient way to kill yourself quickly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah. So he says, listen, the reason I want you to train them to attune to the Force is because that is how I do what I do. That is why I cannot die. They might not be able to shoot lightning from their fingers or jump a building, but they won't die if they can learn to the extent that I have. We're not born this way.
Okay, so he quirks his eyebrow and he says, "What exactly are you?"
I don't know if I ever named it.
And it's
race,
fine.
But
You don't even have to have a name, yeah.
No, yeah. This is, I'm mortal just like you. Just Force sensitive, but not the way you are.
Yeah. And he says, "So what you're saying is it's possible to learn this power?"
Of course. The Jedi become ghosts, the Sith possess things. Neither of them have any power. I have a body. It's not very strong, mind you, but that's my fault.
So he's still crossing his arms, but he says, "So if I let you go and we disappear, you would teach me this?"
I would try.
Make a persuasion test. I think there's a way, given what I know about this guy in my brain, I think there's a way that is a thing that he'd be interested in.
I thought it might be.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Can this be a haggling roll?
No,
Or making a deal? Oh, I forgot. That's just a decrease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He already said he doesn't want to be rich. He just wants to be immortal, apparently.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty good trade.
Yeah, it's true.
Can I do trade wise? Since we are making a trade. It's
Yeah,
just not
that's
money. All right. Excellent. Can I do force wise?
Sure.
How about unknown places wise? That seems like a stretch, maybe, but
yeah, it's a stretch. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and put a persona. Well, what's the difficulty before I waste a persona on this?
4.
Oh, okay. I'll spend a persona. 4. I get 6. I did. Hey, I'll spend 2.
2. Okay.
I know my luck. I'm not going to flip the coin. Could have just pushed the button, but in too deep now. Hey.
Yep, all you need.
Sweet.
1 success. Cool. So we just see him activate his lightsaber again, and we like the music lifts, right? We get the dramatic music, and then it hard cuts. And we see the same like room, right? The same garage. But the jet, and we see a Jedi like drop ship, like coming into the garage through the hangar bay or whatever, right? And Jedi like jumping out, starting the lightsabers, and they look around and they just look over to the little office building that he had trapped you in, and we see the door like cut open, and there's and that's it, and it's all like there's nothing there, right?
Sweet.
So now we cut back to Ren. Ren, you rush up the stairs again, go back to the like Jedi Temple proper, and there are Sith in the hallways. What do you do?
Okay, season finale. Here we come. There's
a Sith in my boot.
I draw my lightsaber.
Yeah, so just fight.
So can I mention that
I don't even need to ask questions.
You should have 2 lightsabers. You have two-fisted fighting, and you've never once drawn 2 lightsabers.
That's true.
What does that do?
Well, it doesn't. It helps you in fight, but I mean, if you have that, I assume you use 2 lightsabers, right?
In theory, yeah.
Point.
Well, I only had enough resources for one.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's fine. He just has the ability to do it. Maybe he just doesn't prefer it.
Yeah, I trained to be able to do it, but
you're like Anakin. You're way better at it, even though you never do it for some reason.
Yeah, correct.
Cool. Yeah. So, I think this is more about. So you can defeat these guys eventually, right? These are all just Sith acolytes and stuff. The issue is going to be time, right? You can tell that the Sith have been fighting in a particular direction, right? And you're going to have to make your way through these Sith to get to wherever they're headed, right?
They're
in
a buffer,
time.
in other words.
Yeah, exactly. So this success isn't like necessarily you die or whatever, but it's just you do not get there in time if you fail.
Can I just? I mean, I don't know how this works mechanically, but if I just did warding and just went past them, is that easier? Oh,
no,
you just roll.
It's
I mean,
too
you have
tight.
more dice for. Yeah.
There are too many Sith. It's just the problem. There's just so many. You have no idea how this many Sith got in the building, but yeah, there's too many. Just run past. You're gonna have to fight them.
I also feel like I should just use telekinesis here and just pop them.
Again, it's not gonna help you do it faster, right? It's not really the issue.
All right, I'll just.
It's a pass-fail. Do you get there fast enough thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going to use one or the other. I'll use both.
Obviously, yeah.
Well, right, yeah.
Ob 7 on their lightsaber test, which is your obstacle.
All right, here we go. So 1 fork for telekinesis. So for my lightsaber, I also get +2 from it being what's it called? Unstable crystal.
Is that power or skill?
It's he does get 1 advantage die from it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just 1?
Yeah. You have a. Well, so wait, Kalos has a special lightsaber that has the advantage die. You're talking about the power one, right? You do more power in the more damage.
No, it was different than that. Let me
you get +1 automatically if it's superior quality.
I got a power unstable crystal, so I got two additions to it. That's what it says in my character.
I think the unstable thing is just a cosmetic thing. The power, if it's listed as power, then I don't think you get an advantage die. You just do more damage than when you hit.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so the rules we never use.
That's why.
Well, whenever we've done Anatomy of Injury, we've done it several times with Kalos, and he has.
Yeah, that's why Kalos always does gray damage because he gets +3 power or something crazy.
Yep.
I'm confused. So I get a helping die? Is that what we decided?
Mm.
No. So what does your character sheet actually say with this? Why didn't you write down what it does?
I just assumed it gave me a +2 because that's what I read.
Where is this listed?
Well, it wasn't to damage. It was to everything, I thought, is what I read.
No, you said +2 power is what you wrote down. That means +2 to your power. It's like a stat.
No. No.
But that's like an actual thing in the.
No.
Right. No,
Like,
but in
Kalos has that.
the lightsaber thing that I read, it wasn't +2 to power. It was +2 lightsaber. But it's fine. We can do whatever. So what you're saying is I don't get an advantage die.
It doesn't go up by +2 anyways. It goes up by +1s.
Yeah.
You could buy
That's
it
what I'm
multiple
confused
times,
about.
I think. But yeah,
I don't remember I don't remember ever giving you advantage dice for this.
I did once, but I forgot about it every other time. I literally only did once because I just forgot about it. But it's fine. We can let's just move on. I'll look it up.
I'm just gonna look at the Foundry thing real quick just to see what it has listed here. Yeah, so the I'm looking at it right now, Connor. It says advantage. That's the one you obviously chose, and it says 1 to 3 dice. And the example it gives is a steroid that grants +2 die to power. That's what you wrote down. You wrote +2 power. That's has to be what it does. Why would you have written any other? Why would you have written it differently? The Foundry.
What are you reading?
The list of things you can do to equipment. The first one is advantage, and the description, like the example it gives, is a steroid that grants +2 dice to power. There's no reason that you would have written +2 power on your lightsaber if
I didn't
give you +2.
Why would a steroid give you anything to your lightsaber? It doesn't mean
it was an example. It was an example. So I was just saying, Connor wrote it on his sheet as +2 power lightsaber.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's no reason. That means +2 to your power stat.
I know the way it looks, y'all. I know the way it looks. Kale's wrong. We could just move on.
That's what's on your character sheet, Connor. If we don't remember, we have to go with on your character sheet.
It's fine. We can move on. Okay. And then I'm assuming as well, even though this is a very does this count as a contested sector? That was a joke. But can I fork in skirmish tactics?
It is a contested sector.
It is.
Yeah.
So contested sector wise works?
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm forking in, I just counted them all up, but I'm forking in meditation, soldier wise, skirmish tactics. Can I fork in tactics as well?
Skirmish tactics is a training skill. You don't fork that into anything, but I will allow you to do tactics.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's fine. And then telekinesis, force wise, force skirmish wise.
Sure.
And it's 7 successes. So I'm gonna just
while you're making the roll, technically weapon powers is a gear tweak option, and the advantage is 1 to 3 dice, which is added to a stat, skill, health, or steel. And so when it says +2d to power, it means your stat, not your. So this is the advantage option is actually dice, and then the gear tweak is weapon power.
Right, but so if he wrote +2 power, he didn't even write +2 dice power. He wrote
how many resource points is what you just read, David?
They're the same. It's +2. Well, it's +2 ob, which decides the cost later, per equipment die, and +2 ob per additional point of damage. So both of them would have been +4 if you had a +2. You know what I mean? +4 ob for a +2 rating in either of those. So the price is the same.
Ignore everything David just said. Yes is the question. They are exactly the same price.
Right. So then it doesn't matter.
Sure. I'll let you change it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, we've never,
that's fine.
Like I've never had to deal damage before.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I'm going to add those 2 dice, but then I'm going to spend, how many fate can I spend? 3?
You can spend 2 fate, 1 to roll 6s but yours is already open-ended. So you can only spend 1 in this instance to reroll 1 failed dice.
Holy cow, that roll. You got 4.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. This is so bad.
So you go for
that's all I can
a life
do
or death
right?
roll.
But I mean, 3 dice altogether is what you're rolling, right? Because you're getting the extra 2 for switching your life.
But that's all I can do for terms of fate and persona and stuff.
I believe so. Yeah. If you didn't spend persona, yeah.
Like,
I mean, again, you don't die here, though.
I mean, you have enough persona. Why didn't you just spend? But it's 12 against 7, and technically way more than that against 7. But it doesn't matter.
12 against 7 is about 50-50. So.
Yeah.
Either way, you got 5 successes altogether, which is fine. Again, you don't die. You just don't get there in time. So I think this is the last shot we see. Except, well, actually, you know what? You're fighting all these things. I want to end with this sequence. So let's cut back to Byaaka because we do have to finish up Byaaka's sequence with Alashtak. So Byaaka, you walk into the room. And I have to make a decision here. Do we pull the he just shot the ground trick? That I'm trying to decide. I don't think
he would have done all of this work just to shoot the ground.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
If he killed all the guards, then he killed them.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that that's what I want to be true here.
I feel like he's pretty committed. It would be weird, I think, if he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, you could have had the gunshot be like he took the gun and shot a Alashtak if you really wanted him to be alive.
No, I don't. I don't think I want. I don't care about dead at all. I'm actually glad he's dead.
So.
So
he's dead.
So Alashtak is just holding a slug thrower pistol and has just shot Denon point blank in the forehead. He's slumped over with a bullet hole in his head, and Alashtak is just like breathing heavily, still like kind of pointing the gun at nothing, right? Because Denon is just like flopped over to the side. And yeah, you see a couple of guards, like dead Jedi guards.
So where is Alashtak? Where is he standing?
He's standing
in
like
the cave?
In the middle of the room, and it's like there's like holding cells, like energy holding cells around the sides of the room, and he's deactivated the one that I don't think there's any other.
Is he standing in one?
No. Basically, he deactivated the holding, like the energy thing that Denon was in, dragged him out of it, and then like put him on his knees, probably said something, and then blew his brains out.
But he is standing in front of a now open cell, right?
Yeah. Can I force push him in?
Yeah, sure.
And then close it?
There you go.
Yeah. Go ahead, do it. Telekinesis.
Would I just roll it how it is?
Yeah, telekinesis, and then I think it's going to be an OB 3 test.
I don't think I can fork in anything.
Probably not.
I still have a wound.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you don't have a good telekinesis.
I have a 6.
You can, so the 6 automatically rerolled itself. But that's why you have 3 dice listed there, because you only had 2, actually. But you can spend 1 fate to reroll one of those failed dice. It's 1 in 12 chance.
When can you use 6. Persona?
You have to do it beforehand.
Oh. Well, now he's gonna fight me if I don't succeed. Okay, I'll roll a fate.
Real quick, Gurno in chat pointing out a funny thing. What you should do is just follow the Wookiee code now and kill Alashtak because he killed your Jedi tribe members.
Right.
Be like, you wanted me to follow the Wookiee code? Well, I'm following the Wookiee code. Yeah, no successes. So you try to, right? And he manages to like just brace himself against it. He's just a big dude, right? And he sees your plan, and the one open holding cell that's like not activated or whatever, he just like shoots the panel so that deactivates, and it won't work anyway even if you pushed him in it. And then he points the gun at you and he says, Byaaka, I'm giving you 1 chance to walk away from this, or else you will die with the rest of your Jedi friends.
I can't let you out of here. I can't let you leave after what you've done.
As soon as you've
slaughtered people.
As soon as you say that, he just pulls the trigger, right? Like he's like, okay, sounds good. Like I'm not hesitating, and he just shoots.
Well, then I'm dead.
Well, he's gonna try it, obviously.
I can't block those.
Yeah, but you have telekinesis. I mean, you. Okay, so Byaaka, the first thing you need to do is roll an observation test. You need to know that he has a slug thrower. Right? You have to know.
To be fair, you saw a bullet in the guy's head.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
It was also established earlier that that's what he did.
That's true. Byaaka knows. Never mind. So you're good. So you could obviously use telekinesis or whatever to
Because that would be bad.
Block it.
Though but I already failed telekinesis.
You have a really bad roll on telekinesis, though. Too. Yeah, I mean, up to you. What do you want to try? He only got 3 successes. He's gonna spend fate probably no matter what.
Do I have enough time to just throw my lightsaber at him before he shoots me, or no?
If that's what you want to try to do, basically, it's just like, yeah,
I mean, I have a better chance of living.
Yeah. His total successes are 4, so that's your roll. So you have to make a lightsaber test at op 4.
Can I use a persona?
Yeah, you can spend up to 3 persona on this roll.
Okay.
You've got a few.
Can I fork in force tremors wise to like sense that he's getting ready to shoot me?
Sure. Yep. Reaction time.
And then so I add that plus 3 persona if I want to use them.
Yep, up to 3.
And since you're throwing, you could probably fork in telekinesis.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I have 5 helps. Oh wait, cancel. I did it wrong. I'm rolling lightsaber, so I have 2 helps, 3 persona. Face op 4.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice. Just barely, but you did it. So it's like this, right? It's the classic Western, standoff, right? He's pointing his gun at you. You know he's going to pull the trigger. You, Biaka, are the sort of person who understands the slight emotions on people's faces, right? You're an interrogator. You know what is going to happen. Like, you know when someone's mood changes. And so as soon as you start talking, as soon as you say, I can't let you leave here, you see the slight narrowing of his eyes. And that gives you just enough time to just throw your lightsaber. What are you doing? Just to like cut the gun or what? Kill him?
No, like I think I threw it like to stab him.
Okay, yeah.
Not to slice him in half.
To be clear, in case it changes what you want to do, ballistic weapons may be deflected but not redirected.
Yeah.
However, if you do try to do that, you roll a die of fate. If it comes up as a 1, you take an incidental hit anyways.
Yeah.
So you can actually block it. It's just there's a what?
No, I already rolled.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be the same roll, but I was just checking in case you'd rather not kill
my
him.
lightsaber. I don't care if he dies.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
So I think
Biaka
this is
does care, but he's the evil looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. Biaka, you do it successfully, right? You chuck your lightsaber, it twirls in the air, and then stabs him straight in the gut, right? Just and we hear him pull the trigger, and the gun clicks. There were no more bullets. It's like a 6-shooter, right? It's like a small little gun. So he couldn't have. He couldn't have killed you anyway.
Well, nobody said he's dead.
And
he just got stabbed.
And he slumps to the side. This is the thing. He already had a major wound, right? He was recovering from a wound. And lightsabers do a
Then how come he didn't have a wound when he was doing speed?
Oh, that's true. I mean, I don't think it would have mattered anyway. If we would have had like -2 dice, which he still would have been higher than you guys got. So, but yeah, I don't think it actually would have changed anything, given the rolls we've made. So we lightsaber stabs, gun clicks. He slumps to the side. He's probably not dead immediately, but like you can tell he's in like the dying phases of the rules, and he's looking up at you like, how could you do it?
I have no remorse because he told me he had every indication that he was going to shoot me. So
yeah. So
like,
what, do you say anything?
They'll shoot you. Oh, he's an unarmed Wookiee. No, he wasn't armed. I wasn't even trying to be funny. He's dead. He's gone.
Yeah, I think like the last. If you don't say anything, I think literally just like last thing he says, he just says, "You chose against your people.
These are my people."
Yeah.
Guys.
Cool. And he slumps down dead. We cut back to Ren. Ren, you've fought your way through the Jedi Temple hallways. You're sweating profusely by the time you get to this. Like you've had to fight so many Sith. A bunch of your Jedi friends are dead around you. I think you're the only one who makes it this far, right? It's a massacre in the Jedi Temple. Not like to the scale of anything normally we've seen in Star Wars, but it's like a major blow, right? Like it's like, wow, a whole bunch of people died. A bunch of Sith died in the process, so it's like probably a bust for the Sith. But you get to the Jedi Council chambers, right? So we see it's like dark, right? The lights aren't on. It's probably late at night. This is happening by this point. So like the skyline of Coruscant is the only thing that's lighting the room. There, I think the glass was like still in the process of being replaced, or maybe it's been shattered again or something. But either way, it's not there. It's open to the sky, and we see a ship, some like drop ship of some sort hovering outside of it. And the last thing you see, as you don't get there in time to save this person, we see Nomi being dragged by Ulic Keldrama, like he has his robotic hand across her face, right, and is dragging her into the dropship. He jumps across the distance with telekinesis, and just like is staring at you as he deactivates his lightsaber, and then the ship hums away, and you are too late to save Nomi.
You're an evil man, Caleb.
And the last shot we see is we see Kalos's eyes snap open. And that is the end of our episode of Lords of Hatred.
They're going to say that's the end of Lords of Hatred. I was going to be like,
no, we have one episode left, but Kalos is now awake, and Nomi has been stolen by the Sith.
Here's the twist. You're all the Lords of Hatred. That's the end of the show. Bye.
You suck. Yeah. Cool. So let's look at some beliefs and stuff and give you guys some Artha. And
if we want to, we could just be like, everybody gets blank of these things.
Yeah. Does anyone who actually has beliefs written
for
out
next week?
I just wrote it.
I made one.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's only one thing going on with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's do this. Let's walk through real quick. Well, no. I mean, there's like instincts and traits and stuff that are relevant. So let's go through it like normal.
Okay. Well, because I was like, I mean, if we didn't do the beliefs, because we didn't know exactly.
First off, beliefs. Let's start with you, Ren. What were things you did today? What did you accomplish today, right? Or try to accomplish?
You
tried to get Rel captured properly, right?
Yeah.
And you did everything you could.
He found somebody who would agree to capture me. He made a roll for that.
I think I'll give you a persona there, right? Because it wasn't really your fault that he changed his mind, right? So you can get a persona. You succeeded on what you tried to do. I'll give you a fate for.
I didn't realize he changed his mind. I thought he failed.
No, he changed his mind. Rel convinced him that he wanted force immortality instead.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he opened up the door and then he was gone.
Yeah, he came with me.
He came with you.
Instead of being captured by the Jedi.
Oh, that was a shot of the Jedi coming in.
Yeah.
When you said Jedi, I assumed we were talking about that Jedi.
No, the other Jedi. No. Well, he's an ex-Jedi. He's not even a real Jedi.
Yeah.
Right. I just, pronoun confusion.
You mean noun? You mean proper noun confusion?
Yeah.
Don't worry, they have surgeries for that now.
Yeah.
You can go from being a Jedi to an ex-Jedi with just this one hormone blocker.
Right.
Lock up your dark side rage.
Yeah, there you go.
The other thing I accomplished is I opened up to Bianca.
That's true. Yeah, you finally spilled all of your guts to Bianca.
That must have been painful.
Yeah, I'll give you. I mean, you didn't roll for that though, right?
Yeah, I made a meditation roll.
Yeah, you rolled to project what you knows.
And then that girl
said, project Larry. Yeah. Okay, yep. Yeah. You can take a persona then.
Also, Connor, I think it got talked over, but I got your terrible as the Larry joke. That was good. When he was doing his monologue when he was doing the line from. I heard you say that. Appreciated it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's good to be seen. The other thing,
two persona and a fate, right, for your beliefs.
Oh, okay.
You can only have 3 belief slots anyway, so yeah.
Right. Well, I was going to say the other thing is I tried to stop them, but also succeeded at stopping those soldiers. So I was like, kind of iffy there.
Yeah.
Depending on what the belief would have been, but
I don't think. I don't think that's something that would give you Artha here.
Haunted by luminous beings.
It didn't get you into trouble,
Nope.
right?
While still adding interesting things to the story.
That's fair. I'll give you a fate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, that's a legitimate criteria.
Yeah. Okay. And then
I don't know if anything else instinct or trail wise for you came up this time though. So
yeah, I don't really.
Yeah.
I could try to spin things, but I think it'd just be a waste of time. We can move on.
Cool. Kalos, I will not let the information on Korriban slip while I'm down. Cool. You did not do so. Good job. Persona.
Yeah.
You're alive, Persona.
I will wake up from my coma.
No, that you didn't do anything to do that. So.
Oh wait. Here we go.
You only did one thing this time.
There
you can't.
Go. Health test.
No, they made the health test for you. Remember that's how it works.
Top one for being blown up by a rocket launcher.
Let's see. Trying to look at your instincts and traits and see if anything came up with that scene with Jaina. I don't think so.
Not particularly.
Yeah. Cool. So just the one persona for you. Rel.
Yeah. I upgraded my house and then ran away.
That's true.
I did upgrade it.
I mean, you could probably come back around after Jedi leave.
I mean, it's still a hideout. I mean, the Jedi know where it is now. That's not great. But yeah. I wanted to find a teacher. I did both of those things.
Yep. So 2 persona.
Cool. I didn't really do much else, I don't think.
Yeah.
Can I get a fate for always smell for the presence of the Force since I failed and then got just like relied on that as being the truth and then got hoodwinked?
Yep. Fate point.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
Yeah,
that's probably it though.
Yeah, I don't think I hired some people, but I don't think anything bad happened from it.
Cool.
Can I get a fate point for always find the prophet because I stole money from the Jedi and now they're really mad at me? They sent a hit squad after me.
Yes, that's fine. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks. All right.
Bianca. Even though you'll only have the 2 slots filled in there, I mean, you did 3 things this time. So you found out why the guy attacked you. So persona. Mm-hmm. You did something with Ren. You didn't talk to the council about Ren, but I'll give you a fate point for kind of like bringing that.
That one's over
stuff.
now.
Yeah. Not persona, but I'll give you a fate at least for that. And then persona for stopping a lost tack.
Okay.
He should get an instinct for I am quick to draw my lightsaber.
Oh, a fate point? Yeah. I'm gonna give you 2
I feel
fate.
like killing him was also finishing what I
That's
started.
exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, I think you 2 fate points, right? One for I always finish what I start, and I am quick to draw my lightsaber. I think that's exactly why that scene went down the way it did.
And I will defend. Oh, I guess he was already dead, so you can't defend a corpse.
Yeah.
But like he could have killed more people. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. I think that's it for that. Real quick, we'll go through the other extra stuff and then call it a wrap. There were a lot of funny things that happened today, but I don't know how many of them were in character. Does anyone remember? If anyone said
didn't I say
anything?
something to Connor? I forget what it was though.
Yeah, well, you're talking with Lurie and them. What did you say?
What is it? What are we talking about?
What was funny?
Oh, the thing that was funny.
Oh, Bianca.
The things that were funny.
Yeah. So Bianca, so the thing is, I feel like you probably said what you said about he said shoot them, probably in character, right? Like because Ren was probably
that
like
was in character.
that was in character, right? Because he was like, what did he say?
Because he said Bianca, what did he say?
Yeah.
I said shoot them. He said shoot them.
Duh. Yeah. So a fake point for Bianca. Either way. Anyone else say anything funny out of the 3 of you? Or
I mean, there was a different time that Bianca said something really funny. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I think you can only get 1 for that, but yeah.
Out of character, you were cracking up when I said, "Oh, unarmed Wookiee."
Yeah, that was out of character. Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything with Ren, Kalos, or Rel that they said that made us laugh? There's lots of stuff that was funny this time, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it might have been out of character though.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, right skill, right time. Did anyone have the perfect skill to make things go? I think I might give it to Ren for the circles test he made for Rel. Right? It kind of fits that same.
Really a skill.
Yeah, but it kind of fits the. It could. So the main thing here, right, is right skill, right time is a reward for clever character burning. Right? The fact that Ren had Jedi connections and Rel had to go to him to get those Jedi connections is kind of the same sort of idea there. So I'm going to give you a fate for that, I think.
Okay, cool.
And then embodiment and mold breaker, right? So for really good or distinctive role playing, or for going beyond the bounds of character and like having your beliefs and instincts conflict with each other. Anything jump out to you guys with the role play this time? I think I want to give Rel an embodiment one. I think the scene with you convincing the guy of our to accept your offer of immortality was really fun. I didn't expect it, but as soon as you like started saying it, I was like, "Oh, that's so good!" Of course, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, that was my ace in the hole. I was like, maybe I can convince him to.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Thank you. It was fun. Is that a persona or?
That's persona. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Kalos, I think I'm going to give you one for embodiment too, if that makes sense to everybody, because of the I mean, specifically for revealing the image of Nomi, right? Like. That was like a bit of role play that obviously got him into trouble very distinctively, but like, of course, it has to be that's what Kalos is thinking about.
Is that a favorite
persona?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. And then I think Bianca probably gets mold breaker, right? Because the entire time he was like dealing with whether or not what he was gonna do about a Loshtak, and at the end there, it was a pretty dramatic moment of him just being like, "Yep, okay, I gotta kill you."
Yeah.
Especially honestly, the line of. Like you chose, you chose against your people. Oh wait,
these are my people is what he said.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what a Loshtak said. It was like
you said you chose against your people.
You chose against your people, and Bianca said these are my people. Yeah, that was just a great moment. I really like
because he was trying to play both sides when he was in all the other conversations.
Exactly. Yeah. Bianca finally came down on like, yep, you know what? I care more about being a Jedi than being a Wookiee.
Yeah. So what do I get?
Persona, another persona.
So what metagame stat does it?
Listen, I don't care about that. I know I was great at role playing this time. Cool, but yeah, I think we can make it work. I think we can do it in one more session. We got a lot done this time. I was very happy.
An unusually efficient session.
It's a very efficient session. And I gotta be honest, but at the beginning of it, I had very little idea. I knew that I was going to have you guys interrogate the Mandalorian, and I knew that they were healing what's his face. And the Mandalorian thing ended up being not important at all. So I was like, As soon as you guys interrogated him, and I was like, you have any more questions for him? And you're like, no. I was like, all right. I don't really know where to go from here. But it all came
we
together.
both were just like, nope.
We're good. This guy's just done. But yeah, I really enjoyed that session. I'm excited to bring this to a conclusion. Does anyone have any guesses real quick? Does anyone have any guesses as to what's going on with Jaina?
With who?
I mean, I assumed that the Sith were putting her up to it, but that wouldn't explain her absurdly good lying stat. So I'm not sure.
Evil.
Yeah.
She's the other Lord of Hatred.
She said the Sith have taken over the planet, which is, if that's true.
It's her.
Yeah, and like she said something at the end that made it sound like she's like, you doomed us all or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like somebody who is annoyed but like being genuine anyways. So I don't know. It felt like it was her, but something's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Interesting.
But also I don't think she's that good at lying. So I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. Who knows?
Ooh, unless she's tapping hatred a lot.
Bum. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about the next session then, because it's pretty much exactly as we already suspected it was going to go down, like bringing the fight to the Sith. But now there's an extra reason that you're doing it, right? Like, Nomi's been captured and Kalos has to get revenge, which is going to be fun because Kalos is going to have to decide whether or not he's going to tap hatred again to save Nomi.
I'm gonna have to. Basically set it in motion.
Yeah. Cool. I'm excited for Kalos to finally hit 10 hatred and blow up.
I'm still a ways from that, but
I mean, if let's say Kalos, the entire session is just like various fights with Sith, right?
Mm-hmm. Hatred a bunch of times.
You could tab hatred a bunch of times, and maybe
I only have 6 persona.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, empathy and hatred. Did anything happen with empathy and hatred this time? I don't know if it did.
I'm not sure. If there did, though, I have to go. So
yeah, I don't think there was. Yeah. Right, because I think everyone was pretty much playing even keel, nothing over the top, right? Nothing extraordinary. So
yeah, I think so.
Cool. There you go. That's Lords of Hatred. We are done. Thanks for playing, guys. We'll see you next week for the finale. We're out.
All right.